Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing this beautiful neutral bridal look that you guys see right here. Make sure you guys click that subscribe button for new videos every Saturday. Let's jump right in. We are going to actually start out with some skin prep. I'm using the Skintelligence pH Normalizer Skin Mist. I like this, it's a good exfoliator and it also adds moisture to my skin. Also going in with the MAC Strobe Cream as well as the Too Faced Hangover RX Primer. I know I'm excessive, I mix my primers together. I like the Too Faced for the added moisture and I love the Strobe Cream because it adds a beautiful illuminated effect to my skin. Next, I tend to go in and do brows. Not always, I like to keep this routine because the brows kind of just define everything on the face. Today I'm going in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dipbrow Pomade. Normally on my clients I actually go in with a powder brow kit because I think powder looks a little bit more natural, a little bit softer on my clients, but hey, this is me today and gotta go excessive. So I am going in with my pomade. I like to really define my brows. I like a more strong brow. I listen to my clients if they want something softer. Powder is perfect, but today I'm going in with the pomade to define my brow. Also, I'm going to be going in with this cream-based concealer from Tarte. This is a 12-hour waterproof concealer in stick form. Any kind of cream-based concealer will do to carve out the brows, but my favorite part about the brows is actually carving them out. While I used to think this was very excessive, and God knows I've never had time for it in a previous time, I actually really do make the time for it now because it makes the biggest difference in the world in defining the brows. Next step is to go in with an eye primer. My favorite is MAC Painterly Paint Pot in Painterly. And then I'm going in and setting it. This is the Warm Neutrals palette by MAC. You can get this at a MAC counter. I got mine at Nordstrom's. I went in first and I set the whole eye with the shade Brulee. And then I went in with the first crease color, which is called Saddle. It's a beautiful warm neutral transition shade. To deepen up the crease, I went in with the shade here called Dark Brew. It's a beautiful brownie cranberry shade, just adds a little hint of drama, a little hint of deep to the brown, or not brown, but the crease. Hey, whatever, the crease. Okay guys, here's where my camera decided just not to film. It just said F you. So I actually went in with an additional shade. It's called Dance in the Dark. It is a really nice, deep, dark brown shade. And what I do with this is I go into the crease as well as the outer corner and I really define that area with that shade. What it does is really adds a lot of depth to that part of the eye, really deepens up the crease and adds a lot of drama. Exhibit A, lots more drama in the outer corner. I am now going to be going in with the MAC Pigment in Naked. I'm using this all over the eyelid just to add some nice highlight. What I love about this pigment is it's not like overly white or overly shimmery or overly anything. It's just kind of a perfect, great pigment for any kind of a neutral eye look. And if you get a little crazy with that naked shade and you accidentally blend it into, say, your outer corner or your crease, you can always take the crease brush and blend it out. Next, I'm going in with the Colourpop Super Shock Shadow in the shade Paisley. Try saying that 3 times fast. This is just a beautiful glitter wash over the lid. If my brides want a little bit extra, a little bit more drama, this is a product that I love to go in with. Next, I'm going in with the Inglot Gel Liner. This has just been one of my favorite gel liners to use lately. It's just so easy to work with. Seriously, so nice, so easy, glides like butter on the lids. I am creating a winged eyeliner with this look just for a little added extra drama for this neutral, glam, beautiful bridal look. Today I'm going to be going in with the Motives Cosmetics foundation. This is a mineral to liquid powder foundation. I am customizing it and mixing it with the MAC Strobe Cream to add a little bit more illumination, give my skin a more lit from within kind of look. With it being winter, I definitely need a little added extra moisture, a little help making my skin not look like garbage. I am also going in with the Collection Concealer. This is the concealer I use to not only highlight my face, but also hide any blemishes that God knows I do not want to show up on my skin. I don't know why. I'm almost 30 years old and I still have acne. Most of the time I will also have to set my clients, especially in their T-zone and their smile eyes, as well as their under eye area. The Motives Translucent Powder is one of my favorite products to do this with. As you can see here, I set my entire T-zone area as well as my under eyes. What I love so much about this powder is that it doesn't add any additional dryness underneath my eyes, and that is definitely one of my biggest problem areas. Cream products are definitely my preference in the winter. I go in with this Motives kit here. This is the Warm Bronzing Kit, and I use this to basically contour and warm up my face before I set it with a powder bronzer. So I go in and just dot it on the high points of my cheekbones as well as my forehead and just a couple little dots, and then I go in with my beauty blender and blend it all out. What I like so much about cream versus powder in the winter is that I think it looks a little bit more natural on the skin, gives the skin a little bit more moisture, and then I can go in with the powder bronzer and set it all to make sure that it stays in place all day long. As well as I also prefer to do any kind of jaw contouring with a powder versus a cream. I also tend to get a little bit messy with the contour, so I will go in with the lightest shade in that same contour kit and just clean up the harsh edge underneath my contour to really define it and make it nice and precise. Next, I'm going in with the Motives Cosmetics blush in the shade Lust. Think Orgasm by NARS, but less chunky glitter. It is so pretty. I use it for almost 90% of my brides. Next, I'm going with some of my favorite highlighters of all time. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Sun Dip highlighter palette. I'm just using this on the high points of my cheekbones as well as my apples, just to kind of diffuse out the blush. If you get a little heavy-handed with the blush, this is a great technique to use to kind of diffuse it, blend it out, make it look a lot more natural on your cheeks. Once I finish up the face, I move on to finishing up the eyes. I'm taking this Morphe Flat Definer brush with the shade Dance in the Dark from the original palette, and I'm also blending it out with the transition shade Saddle. This just makes a nice little smoky effect underneath the eyes. And then to add an open-eyed, bright effect to the eyes, always going with a flesh-toned pencil. This one's from Colourpop. I cannot remember the name of it, so I will link it in the down bar for you guys. I next go in with my eyeshadow curlers. These are the ones from Shisedo. Trust me guys, I was not a believer until I bought these. High-end lash curlers are everything. You really need to invest in a pair. You will not be disappointed. Once those babies are curled, make sure you go in with a mascara. I chose to go in with the Lancome Difficiles. I coat the upper lashes as well as the bottom. For all my clients, I do use a waterproof formula. On myself, I do not. It's just my preference, but for my bridal clients or any clients in general, waterproof is the only way to go. I also go back in with that Super Shock shadow from Colourpop in the shade Paisley, add it to my inner corner as well as my brow bone to add that little bit of highlight and a little extra pop to really bring this entire look to fruition. And now that this beautiful masterpiece is complete, I need to make sure that it stays all day long. And what better than basically a hairspray for the face? Okay, I'm joking, but really the Motives 10 Years Younger spray pretty much is that. It's a great overall setting spray for normal to dry skin, plus also cuts down on that annoying powdery look that you can get from using translucent powders. For the lips, I'm starting out with this Motives lip pencil in the shade Lust. It's a nice deep pinky peach shade. I really like this for especially my summer brides, but all year long it's just a very pretty shade. I use this to line my lips as well as fill it in for the additional colors that I'm going to be using. Hands down favorite lipstick of all time for any and all brides and myself in general. I love the MAC Shanghai Spice Cream Sheen lipstick. What I love so much about this is not only is it a great long-lasting formula, it's a cream sheen, so you add a lot more moisture to the lips than your matte lipstick or your liquid lipstick. And it's a beautiful peachy pink shade. I also top it with the Motives Undeniable Lip Gloss. It has a nice, again, peachy pink complement to it. It does have a little bit of glitter to it, but adds more of just a wet, glossy look. False lashes are pretty much an insisted must for all of my bridal clients. I love these Salon Perfect 614 lashes. Not only do they add beautiful length and really open your eyes up, but this little demi-wispy, natural wispy separation of the lashes really just looks very nice and natural on the lids without it looking too fake or over dramatic. Unfortunately, guys, this tutorial has come to an end, but I thank you guys so much for joining me today. If you guys love this look and you want to see more soft bridal looks on my channel, make sure you leave me a comment down below. If you want me to do a whole wedding series, I can plan on doing that. I really love this look. I loved recreating it for you guys. I thought it was so soft, natural, and pretty for bridal. Please make sure you guys also follow me on all my social media channels. While I don't post videos every day, I do try to get on social media to interact with you guys on a daily basis. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. I love you so much, and I will catch you in my next video. Bye, everybody.